The river really is our grocery store. We, in fact, don't have a grocery store in our community. The closest grocery store is 25 miles away. But we're the river people, we're the fish people, and we consume the salmon, steelhead, lamprey, sturgeon from this river.
Salmon specifically is really critical to a lot of cultures in the Pacific Northwest. I'm a Yurok tribal member. Our creation story is about salmon. Salmon were put in the river to take care of us, and in return, our one job as salmon people is to then steward environments so that salmon can flourish. And so we think about our relationship with salmon as a reciprocal one. It's our duty to fish, it's our duty to keep the river clean, and so we're doing all of these things to maintain our side of the bargain.
All the things we do in the landscape, there's one creature that benefits all, and that's the salmon. Our ceremonies are based around the salmon run because the salmon run is the validation of our ceremonies and our management principles. That fish is the spirit of our people.
This is what it's all about, right? This is a fall Chinook salmon from the Klamath River mouth. This was caught with a gill net. You can see the line marks on here where it gilled itself. We also dip net fish, spear fish, we rod and reel fish. So we have a lot of different techniques of catching fish.
This is what we're using fish for coho right here.
Because salmon populations are very threatened in the Pacific Northwest. A lot of Yurok folk will say, what happens to salmon people when salmon go away? Throughout the 20th century here in Northern California, you see a lot of tribes kind of going to bat for their fishing rights. And this is a big piece of kind of tribal sovereignty in the way it's developed over the 20th century. But really what people are fighting for is their ability to maintain their culture through food. In 2002, it was the largest fish kill in American history.
An estimated 68,000 salmon died on this river. It was just this massive die-off of fish. So when you see all of these deleterious things that have happened from water diversions and dam building, it impacts you directly because we know when we deviate from our diet, our natural diet, we know what happens. Rampant diabetes, rampant suicide, all kinds of other things that happen. We've evolved synchronously over time with our diet.
Prior to 1850, Karuk people ate about 400 pounds of salmon a year. Karuk people, on average today, eat less than 5 pounds of salmon a year. So it's indigenous peoples disproportionately that are dealing with the impacts of the loss of traditional foods. And so I think we're at a really important, critical moment.
When we're talking about an indigenous space, all indigenous people want to do is take care of the land. Land ownership for indigenous people is a foreign concept. The concept to care for and pray for and renew the land and the earth is not. If we can use this space as a venue for teaching those principles, those foundations of Native people, I think that'll be a very powerful thing. We have the inherent responsibility to care for this place, and in turn, it cares for us. We wanted to have that fish pit out there a long time ago. Now it's here. We're doing this.
I think that there was a coho in the mix here. Yeah, that one's coho. These big ones are Chinooks though, for sure. The cohos will run a little bit longer. They come in later. So those ones are really fresh right now still. The Chinooks are starting to kind of be the end of their run.
Because we're connected to the earth, we're connected spiritually to our food. It's understanding the seasons and the moon cycles and the tides. So that's a whole different thought process.
These are redwood sticks, and so what I'm doing is I'm staking in that layer of fat basically above the skin and below the meat. And so as the fish cooks, that fat layer will constrict onto the stick and hold it onto the stick.
I think there's hope because Western scientists are starting to realize that, hey, these indigenous people, they weren't so stupid after all. They kind of knew what they were talking about. We're about to undergo the largest dam removal in human history. 4 major dams are going to come out on this Klamath River. It's going to open up 480 miles of additional spawning grounds. That's going to do amazing things to this river. So I'm really hopeful.
Once I put the fish on, it's about 10 to 15 minutes per side. I always start it face first, get the fish cooking, get that meat cooking. Then I'll rotate it to the back and drive that heat through towards the middle further. My little trade secret I'll give up. I always pull it off just right on the cusp of being done and let the residual heat finish it off. And I like my fish to be moist.
What I hope for in the future the most is the overall betterment of our people. I'm fortunate enough I get to spread this knowledge because this knowledge comes from the years and years of relationship with the land. It's an awesome feeling to continue that spread of knowledge and to continue that from people long before us.
We were put here on earth to take care of the Klamath River, so let us. Let us take care of the Klamath River, we'll take care of our people.